Dodgers are perfect after 3. Let's go, Dodgers. Liking the sound of that one. Brad J with you. It is Dodgers Digest. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Also, hit the like and turn on the notifications because you don't want to miss anything now that the season is officially underway. Dodger Blue representing. Let's go, Dodgers. Dodgers perfect after 3. That's got to feel pretty good. And it got a little close there. Let's not say it didn't, but the Teo tax proves to be official. And let's get into that. 3 Dodgers going deep in this big win. And a big win for a home opener. Look, they went to Tokyo, they traveled, took 2 against the Cubs. So the only team starting out 2-0 are the rest of the MLB starting out in their first game. Dodgers go into this 2-0 into the home opener against Detroit. And just let's just cover it right now. Detroit's a solid team. Schools is a solid pitcher. And if you can get that kind of a win when needed, that is big for the Dodgers. Let's get right into the story for it. Man, so happy about the way this turned out. So fun to watch that game. The Teoscar tax pays off as Hernandez and Ohtani come out swinging. And let's not leave Tommy Tanks out of that one. Edman went deep, too, as well. And Dodgers, here's a little stat for you if you haven't or didn't know this stat. Dodgers become the 21st defending champion to start the season 3-0 with a win over the Tigers, and that is big, big indeed. And what is this Teo tax that you talk about? Well, here it is. Here's what Robert said about it. There's a Teoscar tax to get through Freddie the third time. So if you get through Freddie, you're going to have to see Teo at some point. It's a precedent, Robert said, before the Dodgers beat the Tigers 5-4 in their domestic opener on Thursday. Hey, I'm giving major props to Dave Roberts and the way he set up that lineup. You know what? Really. And only negative thing I saw is you remember when Mookie got that first swing and he hit that thing deep to, to left field and that ball was caught? That swing looked like that ball was a home run. And the thing for Mookie is when you lose 30 pounds, you don't have that little push against it. So look for him to get stronger through the season. But I'll tell you, if Mookie was full strength right there, I think that ball goes deep. But who cares? We got the win. Let's move on from that and enjoy the win. Edman, Teo, and Ohtani, all 3 go deep on that one. And you know what? What did I say? I got receipts. Why don't you check the show from yesterday? And what was my prediction for the game? Okay, my prediction were the Dodgers were going to win 3-1, so I was off that. But my prediction, every game, I'm going to predict who's going to hit a home run. And my number 1 guy that I picked for yesterday's game was Edman to hit a home run. What did he do? He proved me right. Brad Stradamus picking that one, gnarly, love that, and wish he just could continue to do that. And Ohtani going deep for the second time, second home run in just 4 games. We like those kind of numbers and a legit win. 100%. That's a legit win when you beat a guy like Skubal. So I just really feel like that was important for the Dodgers to get that solid win. And Snell, he's a huge part of it. And some people, I'm reading the comments, and some people are harsh on Snell, saying he wasn't that good, blah, 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 gave up 5 hits. He walked 4, only had 2 strikeouts. But you know what? He kept the Dodgers in that game. And it's always a former Dodger, right, that does a little damage. Margot had 2 hits against the Dodgers. Remember, he was on the team. Glasnow and him were traded to the Dodgers, and the Dodgers got rid of him to Minnesota. Now he is with Detroit. And, of course, getting 2 hits against Snell. And Zach McKinstry getting a hit and a walk, too. Why is it always the former Dodgers that end up doing something? But never mind. What are the thoughts of Snell? He takes the first win for him. What is he thinking about it? And here's what Snell had to say. He loved it. I'm excited for more of it. And you know what, Snell? So are we. Snell said of pitching for L.A. for Dodgers reporter Doug McCain on X. It was cool just feeling the energy and how the fans loved the team, how much they showed love to me. That was pretty cool. When you go out there, you just want to do everything you can to win, Snell added. And that puts pressure on him. And no matter if he's a 2-time Cy Young Award winner or not, the guy's going to have some pressure. Okay, you're coming from the Giants, and you got to show up. You got to put the show on, and he did just that. Sure wasn't one of his best games. His ERA's in the 3s right now, but when you're going against Google and you're going against a guy that you just need to put your team in position to win, and that's exactly what Snell did. And speaking of putting your team in position to win, 3 home runs, 3 long balls for the Dodgers. How happy are you about to see that, right? Well, I got to tell, I love it because Teo does speak out about. So you got Edman who went deep first, then you got Teo with the 3-run home run, and then you got Ohtani with another home run for him with making his second one. But you got to look at what Teo did and what Teo said about that, the home runs. Well, let's get down to it. It is your Dodger Digest quote of the day. This one coming to us from Teoscar Hernandez. See how I rolled the R? I'm working on it. Obviously, my homer was good, but I think the most important was the Shohei one because they scored 2 after my homer, and Shohei came up clutch and gave us insurance in that situation. And remember, that's the 3rd time that you're going through the lineup with a guy like Shohei. He's gonna make you pay at some point. He's gonna make you pay at some point. And you know, hearing the interview with Tommy Edman after the game, he's saying something about Teoscar that you want to take this into consideration. The dude is absolute clutch with dudes on base. I don't think he could be more clutch with dudes on base. He continues to do that, and you got to like that. And what Edman said is he has a slow heartbeat. So what he's able to do in those pressure situations, Teo's able to calm his butt down and focus on the task at hand, and that's getting a hit with dudes on base. And nobody does it better than that. So how important, even though it took almost the entire offseason to get Teo back on the team, finally get the guy back on, and he shows up and represents with a 3-run bomb. Huge props to Teo and what he means to the team, and cannot wait for that. All right. Another story, this one comes from the LA Times. Shohei makes his decision on the White House visit. So that's been a thing, and I feel like it's a thing to the LA Times. I feel like the LA Times continually make this an issue with the Dodgers because there are no issues. The team is solid. And so what does Shohei Ohtani say about going to the White House? And here you go. This is what he said. As the best player on the team and one of the highest paid sports figures in history, Ohtani's decision to accept the invitation suggests the Dodgers' upcoming visit will proceed as normal, and even if a handful of his teammates opt to skip it, and that has been no proof. There has been no players have spoke out. Mookie says he's making a decision on whether to go to the White House, but raised some concern around Ohtani's decision in particular. Ohtani's, and this is what Hernandez says, and not Hernandez from the team, but the press. Ohtani is the one that has to be worried here. Yeah, I don't think Ohtani has to be worried at all. There's going to be a picture out there of Shohei and Donald Trump as unfavorably as Trump is viewed right now. I have a feeling it's going to look worse 20 or 30 years from now. And you don't know that. You have a feeling. And why even make that a thing, okay? It is people. It is an ongoing thing that has happened for years. The World Series team gets invited to the White House. No matter who is in that position, who is the leader, it doesn't matter. That is the respect. It's the top office, and you get invited there because you're the World Series champs. The other teams don't get invited because they're not the World Series champs. So it's not a political thing. It's just part of what's going on. And wouldn't you want to be able to see the White House? And you know Ohtani has major respect. And one of the biggest things I think about this whole thing is I think the team needs to stick together, and nobody needs to try to break the team up. That he's going, but he's not going. I think that is a far cry from what the Dodgers need to do. And the Dodgers need to just focus on baseball and focus on W's like they're doing right now. So stop making it a story. Let them go when they're playing the Nationals. They'll go to the White House, end it. It doesn't even matter after that. That's what needs to happen. They need to be the team, and they need to stick together as a team, play as a team, and get wins as a team. The next matchup, Flaherty, our old pal, taking the hill against Yamamoto and against Flaherty. So look for that. My prediction on that game is the Dodgers will win 4-1 on that game. And who's going to go deep? Freddie Freeman will go deep in that game. That is your Brad Stradamus predictions for Game 2 against Detroit. That's going to do it for me. You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. turn on them notifications, and let's get her done together. Dodger Blue all the way. Game 2 coming up against Detroit tonight. Make sure you're watching that one. Well, that's going to do it. Also, thanks for tuning in. As you go through your most awesome day, always remember to think Dodger Blue. Let's go, Dodgers.